Well, I'm not going to be the only guy not to thank Catherine. That would be ridiculous. So, unpresumptuously speaking on behalf of all Scottish writers, I don't know who it would be without you, Catherine. So, you in the mood for 36 deathbed speeches? I hope so. Enhanced by the death rattle of my cough. It's a kind of funny form. It's a mixture of two Japanese forms, a renku, which is 36 poems long. It's kind of haikus alternating with wee couplets, and a form that's obsessed me for a long time, which is the Japanese deathbed Zen haiku, which is no, really, and they're spoken by monks. You kind of obtain, to these Zen monks in their deathbeds, and the conceit here is that these are my 35 previous reincarnations, and their final words. And just in case there's any Renku fascists in the audience, it does mention the moon and blossom the requisite number of times, and all that stuff. But I'll just read them. Excuse me. Renku, my last 35 deaths. Blossom snow. By noon the pear tree stands in its white shadow. Just before I left the race, the old moon lost its human face. Aha, the zip for that idiot suit, and inside, zip. Just let me add my 2 cents worth to the dead weight of the earth. Every night is our last night, he'd say. No, not quite. Nothing stirs the old mill pond. The frog slips in without a sound. It wasn't death fogging the window, but my breath. If I had had a happier dream, this might have been a better poem. Get my koto, its open strings have all the tunes I know. Here's your book back, world. Good story. I underlined a few things. Sorry. Maybe best a bite off scale the day. It's my chest. Sing me that old silent song. That's the one. It's been so long. Attribute this blank look not to shut down, but reboot. Repeat now, naught plus one is all, but all less one, nothing at all. Born man, die God, what world would fashion such a fraud? The walls fly off, the ceilings, floors, I wish I'd known we'd been indoors. My puppeteer, seemed he forgot he had to be somewhere. Just then I heard my mother chide, no more TV, go play outside. At last, quiet heart, 80 years we waited for one spare part. For years I watched the blossom fall. It didn't. I rose through it all. The cloud above the lake sinks down to kiss its twin, then both are gone. Why are you crying? Honestly, you'd think someone was dying. Say he'd the look of a fly between the pages of a closing book. At least I leave the world I lost an ounce more real for one less ghost. What am I thinking? Look, this is hardly the time to quit drinking. As the wind a leaf across the floor, so time moved me. Now close the door. Listen to this. I finally found a cure for my tinnitus. I came to pass, I went like frost upon the grass. Your arse needs whipping. I'm not myself. Yeah, well, the mask is slipping. All my life the moon kept pace. Tonight, I guess, I won the race. I know the deal, but I've nothing ready. It's been real. Downcast, me, I'm overjoyed. It's my birthday in the void. Give me an hour, then look in the bird song, her eye star, the spring shower. I wrote these words upon the air, just as my heartbeat writes me here. And the second poem I'll read is the kind of Ur proto version of this was a couple I know in Kirriemuir, and they were getting married, and I asked them what they wanted, and they said, write us a poem, and my heart sunk, because I didn't do that sort of thing. But I couldn't very well say no, so I did, and it wasn't very good. So this was a kind of opportunity to rewrite that. Very much, I suppose, under the influence of what I would say is the great high watermark in Western dramatic art. I'm talking about, of course, Battlestar Galactica. So say we all. It's no funny. As I'm saying, there's really a hint of irony. But anyway, so it's the whole thing is now recast as a conversation between two aliens. Quite like humans. Very far away. And the woman is the only one that's talking any sense. And they're having a conversation about distance and love. And I've just about got time to read it. So it doesn't cut very well. The day. Life is no miracle. Its light flares up invisibly across the dark. The heart kicks off again where any rock can cup some heat and wet and hold it to its star. We are not chosen, just too far apart to know ourselves the commonplace we are, as precious only as the gold in the sea, nowhere and everywhere. So be assured that even in our own small galaxy, there is another town whose today light won't reach a night of ours till Kirriemuir is nothing but a vein of hematite, where right now, too, say hairless, tall and dark, but still as like ourselves as makes no odds, push their wheeled contraptions through the park under the red-leaf trees and the white birds. Last week, while skeptic of their laws and gods, they made them witness to their given word. They talk, as we do now, of the divide, but figure that who else should think of this might also find some warmth there and decide to set apart 1 minute of the day to dream across the parsecs, the abyss, a kind of cosmic solidarity. But it's still so sad, he says. Think, all of us as cut off as the living from the dead. It's the size that's all screwed up. The emptiness. She says, well, it's a miracle I found you in all this space and dust. He turns his head and smiles at the smile she recognized him through. I wasn't saying differently. It's just the biggest flashlight we could put together is a match stuck in the wind out here. We're lost. I only meant there's no more we traversed in the space between us. The sun up there is no further. We're each of us a separate universe. We talk, make love, we sleep in the same bed. But no matter what we do, you can't be me. We only dream this place up in one head. Thanks for that. You're saying that because the bed's a light year wide, or might as well be, I'm even lonelier than I thought I was. No. Just that it's why we have this crap of souls and gods and ghosts and afterlives. Not to bridge eternity. Just the gap. She measures it from here to here. Tough call. Death or voodoo. Some alternatives. Well, there's one more. That you trust me with it all. The wind is rising slowly through the trees. The dark come and the first moon shows. They turn their lighter talk to what daft ceremonies the people of that star, he points to ours, might make, what songs and speeches they might learn, how they might dress for it, their hats and flowers, and what signs they exchange as stars might do, their signals meeting in the empty bands to say, even in this nothingness, I found you. I was lucky in the timing of my birth. And they stare down at their own 5-fingered hands and the rings that look like nothing on that earth. Thank you.